Okay, testing. Okay, we do have sound, so that's the first thing we're going to get over. Before Sherry Vasily slips out, the chamber president, I want to thank her for the speech that she gave this morning. It was spot on. I don't have anything left to say, but I want to thank everybody for coming today. It's been, as you heard this morning, quite a journey to get where we're at today. There's a lot of people that I need to thank, and I'm going to probably start with kind of the advisory committee that we spent a lot of time trying to develop policies and procedures and just all kinds of stuff. The director, Sam Humphrey, and I think Sam is in there. Sam, thank you. Chad Stearns, my brother, J.J. Poet, Matt, he's there. Matt Poet, who's running the song right now, and Tina Kowalski, who is on vacation today, as I'm sure regretting that she planned to go over the top. But we had to try and create a date that was a moving target all the time, so I want to thank everybody for being here. I also want to thank Scott Lutz, because we wouldn't probably be open today if it wasn't for Scott. I don't know if Scott's in the room or not. But he helped us get our fire suppression approved, and he rolled on that through like nobody else. So I want to thank Scott especially too. I don't want to go on too awful much, but we're just so honored, really, to be the gatekeepers for Mr. Wayne Weber and the foundation that Cindy and Alan. They've entrusted us with a huge asset to Clare County, and the whole mid-Michigan area. I can't say enough, and we feel it's a big challenge. We've been working hard. There's a lot of things that we want to continue to do in here to keep improving this. But as Chad had heard someone comment after being through here, it's a world-class museum, and we keep that in mind when we talk about the things that we try to develop. This is absolutely world-class. We have it in Clare, Michigan, and Clare County, and Central Michigan. It's just unbelievable. I'm so thankful that Wayne had the confidence in us to be the gatekeeper. And I don't want to belabor that. There's so many backstories to how this came about that we just have to set down and talk. I've done podcasts, TV, or things like that. Newspaper. There's a lot documented, but one of my favorites is how this even got started. And now a good friend of mine, Dick Birmingham, who worked for Mr. Wayne Weber, as his right-hand guy, and made sure things got done. I've got some people that I lean on that gets things done. And he knew he had to contact me. And I don't want to steal his thunder, but I get a lot of calls. There are periods of time I'll get a couple calls a week from somebody saying, hey, I've got grandma's deer head and elk and caribou. Hey, would you hang those up in Jay somewhere for us? We just don't have a lot of space. So I turn down a lot of people. It's not like it's hard to get a hold of me, but I turn a lot of people down when it comes to that particular request. So Dick was very diligent. Found someone that knew us in common to say, hey, will you tell Jeff to make sure he takes my call? That's probably one of the best calls I've ever taken in my life. So I want to let Dick come up and talk more about the story, and especially Mr. Weber. Dick?
Well, I don't know why I'm getting this prepared speech out, because Jerry did such a wonderful job this morning. She covered everything. Can you step up to the mic, Dick? Sure. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I've got the speech out, because Jerry did such a wonderful job this morning enlightening us all about how this took place and what a magnificent center this is for Michigan and Jay's Sporting Goods in Clare. Jeff is he's exactly right about how this took place. I knew that he's inundated with calls, and I needed to find conduit to get to him with. And fortunately, I was able to turn up the name of one of his good friends, and he agreed to make a call once he found out what it was all about. Had it not been for that friend of Jay, I don't know what happened. We're tremendously happy that it turned out the way it did. It's unfortunate that Wayne couldn't be here today, but I know he's looking down on us with his big infectious smile and say thank you to the Pope family, and thank you to all of you here today for taking the time out of your schedules to celebrate this wonderful event. He'd be pleased with the end result, I'm sure. And I know that because I'm still alive. He wasn't happy, but he somehow find means to put me in heaven or wherever else it would be. But anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about Wayne and what a great guy he really was. A lot of people don't understand. Wayne was, first and foremost, one of the most generous people you'll ever meet. Had a chance to meet. He helped a tremendous amount of people by his centers that he built, hospitals, and what he did for his public education in schools, and hungry, homeless, supporting foundations that would feed the hungry, and harvest table, or not harvest, have some food kitchens in the Detroit area. Just the list goes on and on. And what he did was every public display that he did, there were probably 2 individuals that he helped. Every one of those that no one knows about. His generosity started as a result of his painting business. He painted with concrete paper. He built freeways. He built bridges. He built airport runways. He built huge airport parking lots. And he did that mostly in Texas. The business originally started in Michigan. It started as a meager little 2-man operation with his best friend, his lifelong friend and business partner, Mr. Earl Champagne. And Wayne had the insight after they moved from Thompsonville, Michigan. The family moved to the southeast part of the state, Warren, Michigan, in hopes of a better life, and then his father was able to gain a job in the automotive industry. And Wayne met his friend, Earl Champagne. And Wayne had a vision that all these communities were being built in the metro area at that time. The streets were being paved, but the driveways were not connected to the street. They were just left gravel or just bare earth. As that apron was no responsibility. So Earl and Wayne started this as a 2-man operation with a beat-up pickup truck, used lumber, set for forms, and started pouring those acres. And that grew into Champagne Weather Pavement. Half the business moved to Texas, which Wayne went with, and Earl ran the Michigan operations. And in Texas, Wayne had a vision, an idea of improving the speed at which they could pour the barrier walls on the center of freeways. And I won't go into detail, but it was a very involved process. A lot of work to make it work. But it didn't. And when the presentation was made in the Department of Transportation of the state of Texas, they adopted that immediately. It was just that big of a savings. But at the same time, it bolstered the income of Champagne Weather immensely. And that's what also bolstered Wayne's drive to help people in communities. And he did that through his generosity and support of the public need. And at the same time, it bolstered his ability to pursue his hunting, which he learned his love to be in Thompsonville, where he was born. So now I have him here. And he learned to fish on the Betsy River and Crystal Lake. And he learned the need for the support of Mother Nature to keep her family of this earth going. So, as he increased his income and had this ability to go and hunt the world as he did, and it was a magnificent collection together. He also saw needs in Africa, saw needs that he felt he could help. And that were villages, small villages where people were so poor and destitute that he saw children playing soccer with a soccer ball made out of grass and tied together as best they could to play soccer. He went to schools that were being used, buildings and shacks being used to educate children in the villages. He saw people in need of clothing, personal health care items, and he took care of it. He refurbished schools there, he supplied books, utensils, clothing for children, toys for children. And I mean a lot. And there were bags. When we would go to Africa, there was more baggage checked in as Mr. Weber's excess freight than there were passengers on the plane. It was just tremendous. Everywhere we went, that was the case. But we also saw another need in Africa in these villages, and that was the polluted water they used. They had no recognition of fresh water. They knew nothing about the diseases. But Wayne did. And he sought to help rectify that. He hooked himself up with an organization called Living Waters and explained the problems, and they agreed to help them. They went into these villages with Wayne, and they put down wells. There's no electricity in these villages, as we all know, so what they needed was filled with hand pumps from Wayne back. We'll just get hand pitcher pumps that will pump the water with that. And we'll supply them components, required leathers, washers to keep those pumps functional and taught them how to maintain them, and it still goes on today. Living Waters is still handling the freshwater needs of many, many villages in South Africa and Central Africa. It's a unique story that Jeff touched upon with Wayne meeting the Pope. Pardon me. That meeting occurred in early June of 2021. That first meeting was with just Jeff and Mr. Weber alone. When Wayne laid out the plan that he had, the vision that he wanted to have Jeff consider. And that vision was to build this center here. So Jeff said he had to think about it, talk to his family. We held another meeting towards the end of June 2021. At that time, Jeff brought down his wife Lisa, his brother JJ, and his wife Brenda, his mom Marlene. And it was a result of that meeting that put the icing on the cake, so to speak, for this building coming here, this collection coming here. Wayne was so touched with the integrity and the community support that Jay gives in this area. He knew that would be the perfect steward of this museum. Wayne passed 2 months after that meeting. But it was a great comfort to putting this together with the public. It was a completeness of his life. And I'd just like to say thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks. But it was a tremendous effort put forth by the folks to take this project on and get it here. We're just happy to turn out as well as it did. With that, thank you all for coming here today. Appreciate it greatly. Cindy.
I'll say a few words. Wayne's nephew.
Sounds good. I also everyone for being here today. We've been waiting for quite a while for this day to occur, and very, very special. I also want to thank the Poet family for their taking on the responsibility of this magnificent museum. Originally, as Dick indicated, this existed down in Macomb County for a number of years. Dick was the curator and guide, and due to Dick's efforts on Wayne's behalf, he made this happen. He coordinated all of this with the Poet family. So what you see today is a combination of their efforts. Magnificent job. I want to thank John Muslin, who was instrumental in the construction of all of the things we see today, the walls, the roof, and the planning that took place. He worked very closely with the Poet family on that as well. John has been a long time employee and important person within the foundation and creating many projects in the past 20 years or so. Dick indicated that Wayne was a very giving person, and that is so true, self-evident. He was also a very demanding person. He demanded a certain standard of himself and for others, and others being associates, employees, friends, and especially family, as we know. Most importantly, because he did use that as an example for himself, it seemed to influence all those surrounding him. He would expect a certain level of quality that was important to him to achieve. And there were many times as something was being constructed, something wasn't right in his mind about it, and we have to start again. If John was here, he would confirm that, but Dick experienced that many times. He could look at something and know exactly how to make it better. It was quality of his. I think everything we see here today is a culmination of all the efforts that everyone put into that, and Wayne would appreciate it and give it his quality check. I really believe that. And this was made to be the partnership between Wayne's and Jones Foundation, which my wife Cindy is president of, and the fact that Jay's existed right in the center of the state, and the magnificent values that your family holds that has become apparent to us. What a great partnership to carry on his legacy. The potential here is amazing, and I hope it goes on for a long, long time. Very, very close friends of Joan and Wayne were Don and Becky Prince. Don, Becky, they participated in a lot of the hunting and fishing that Wayne did. He was an avid fisherman. You see the result of his hunting, but he loved to fish. I was able to fish with him, I recall, for salmon in Frankfurt, for walleye on Lake St. Clair, and in the Keys, for whatever we could catch in the Keys. He loved to fish. So I just want to explain the spirit that existed, the outdoorsman that he was, a genuine outdoorsman, but the love of the outdoors and the love of hunting and fishing. And he would be proud to know that my grandson Luke, who's 16 years old, has been embodied by his spirit, and it's hard to keep up with his passion for fishing especially. So that would be very satisfying to help him. I thank you all again.
Okay, Alan, I can testify to the determination that Wayne had. When we went down as a family, we made a decision before we left that day that we were gonna do this because Wayne was very, very persuasive. So I got that part of it, and I appreciated that. And I connected on a lot of levels about conservation and the benefits the sport can provide through hunting and fishing licenses and federal excise taxes. This is going to be a great way to teach people a lot of things that they don't know about how this stuff exists in the wild. So we've got a website that's got a tremendous amount of information. www.jwwildlifecenter.org. We got a Facebook page when new things are happening, events that we follow there. But for today, enjoy. Spend all the time that you want. We've got refreshments, and reminders. Those don't come in here, but make sure you get time to enjoy some of those. And I want to thank everybody for coming today. God bless you all.